Hey, what's up everybody? Today we've got the 2024 CFMOTO ZFORCE 950 Sport 4-passenger. I've got Graham with me back here. He's going to be doing some video. Dean's just over here. He's going to be taking some photos for us. We're going to load ourselves up and load all our camera gear up and get some ride impressions here and show you what this thing's capable of. Last season I reviewed the newly restyled ZFORCE 950 Sport, showcasing all the updates to this machine. And then this past fall, CFMOTO surprised us by adding a 4-seater ZFORCE Sport to its lineup. The 60-inch wide Sport category is really a sweet spot for me. It's just wide enough to fit down most of the trails that I ride on, and I prefer the Sport's styling over a utility side-by-side. Surprisingly though, 60-inch wide 4-passenger Sport units aren't clogging the market, with the Maverick Sport Max being this machine's primary competition. If you step into the 64-inch wide class, prices take a big jump, and although performance options take a big leap as well, you potentially limit your access to narrower trail systems. My feeling is this is a smart choice for CFMOTO, and it's a bullseye for 4-seat buyers on a budget. CFMOTO's put a tremendous amount of effort into cab comfort. These seats are really comfortable, and there's enough room up front for me as a driver. The driver's seat is adjustable forward and back. However, the passenger seat isn't, which was surprising to me. The back seats are spacious as well. I'm 5'10", and there's plenty of room for me back here. Now, a taller person might feel a little bit cramped, but for me, I'm quite happy. My only complaint about the back row is the seats are a bit low, and I found myself staring right into the middle of the seat in front of me and had to lean into the middle to see out the front. I feel like these seats could be an inch or two higher to offer a better view. I'm a huge fan of these doors that open and close nicely, and this rubber seal does an effective job of keeping out mud and water. Plus, you got a roof to protect you from the rain and the sun. The doors in the back seat are nice and tall and keep arms in, so you know your passengers will be protected while you're focused on driving. There's also a ton of storage inside the cab behind the steering wheel where the winch remote is plugged in for easy access, and this deep well glove box can store all your stuff and keep it safe while riding. This steering wheel is grippy and sporty, and the EPS is dialed in just right for lighter steering and handling. And this shift lever might be the smoothest operating in the industry. Never once did it stick or become stubborn while engaging. You know I'm a big fan of this digital display, and I think it's one of the nicest available. It's bright and colorful and easy to read, and something other manufacturers should be paying attention to. Plus, there's quick access to the battery, ECU, and air filter behind the back seats, and the center console removes easily with a few half-turn fasteners for quick access to your engine. These dash-mounted toggle switches operate normal and sport mode, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and locking diff. There's a hazard light, turn signals, and a horn. Functionally, these switches work fine, but they are getting a bit dated and just don't match the quality level we're seeing in this G2 platform. Personally, I'd just like to see them updated. This machine features CFMOTO's 963cc V-twin, which we're reporting at around 85 horsepower. And the CVTech clutching is incredibly smooth from engagement to top end. Power out of this engine is decent enough and managed just fine with 3 full-grown adults on board and all our gear. The only time I felt like it could use a bit more juice was climbing steep hills. The vehicle wasn't struggling by any means, but if there was ever a time during our testing that we missed a bit more power, that was it. We've got our fingers crossed that CFMOTO will be introducing a new twin in the 100 to 115 horsepower range in the near future. This machine measures in at 150 inches long with a 120-inch wheelbase. Just for reference, that's pretty much identical to the Maverick Sport Max. The longer wheelbase really contributed to a smoother ride by bridging larger ruts in the trail, and the additional length of this machine still handled really well in tighter trail sections. Sport 4 features double A-arm suspension up front with 12.2 inches of travel and a double A-link rod rear suspension with 13.1 inches of travel. These larger diameter piggyback shocks are a big update over the 2023 2-passenger ZFORCE Sport and feature an 8-position compression clicker with a red anodized clicker knob that works so much better than last year. Honestly, this suspension was probably the most pleasant surprise of our whole day of testing. I set the front suspension to 3 clicks from soft, and the rear suspension was 4 clicks from soft, and none of us experienced any huge spine tinglers, even on the most aggressive sections of trail. The suspension was smooth and responsive, and a massive improvement in the ZFORCE line. The Sport 4 features these 27-inch stag tires that are 9 inches wide up front and 11 out back, wrapped around these beautiful dual-color wheels. The staggered tire size with the narrower fronts does make for nimble steering when teamed with this EPS. However, my comments about these stag tires mirror my opinion last season. I'd like to see CFMOTO use a tire with a grippier compound and a slightly more aggressive tread pattern that would deliver more traction for aggressive trail riding. Additional features on this model in Canada include a CFMOTO branded 4,500-pound winch with synthetic cable that we used more than once during our testing. The roof we talked about earlier, folding mirrors, a half windshield, and this spacious rear cargo box with a lid that snaps tight and stays closed, holding up to 330 pounds of gear. Note that the box is removable, so if you prefer an open bed or you have something that's larger that just might not fit inside the trunk. One of the benefits CFMOTO offers over other brands is getting all the premium features at base model pricing. When you compare this model in Canada to the Maverick Sport Max, for a few $100 less, you get performance shocks, wheels, the winch, a roof, mirrors, and a sweet cargo trunk. Sure, it's about 15 horsepower less than the Maverick, but you also get a 5-year warranty in Canada compared to the 6-month warranty offered by Can-Am. Now that's something to think about.